Hello, hello, hello. I'm Joe Crawford of artlong.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev, do the daily target, and record myself doing it. That's what I'm about to do right now. The goal is always to get to 100% match, and that's pretty much the only goal. But I'll talk about the code that I write as I write it, assuming this page loads. I think it's going to load. Oh, let's roll it again. There we go. Oh, is this the cutest thing ever? Oh, that is some cuteness. I think it's 6 elements, huh? Almost certainly 6 elements. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've all got heights and widths. What, 40? Maybe 50, 50? Maybe 60, 60. All right. And they have this light color. And I think that the odd ones, so what, nth child, actually even, rotate 10 degrees. Oh. Let's do that. P. There we go. That's what I meant. So nth child even ends up doing this weird, interesting thing. So just we need P, nth child. Now we could also add attributes to these guys as well. And they're not laid out right yet. So, okay. So here's where we are so far. Very little is matching. And I'm going to undo by just making that invalid. I'm just going to add a little X in front of that. So what I want to do is make this flags, display flags. And what happens with a display flex is they all get put on a line, and then they're just going to squeeze those down as small as it can. So I say flex, wrap. And that makes them wrap, but they're, as you can see, they're trying to even out across the lines. Now I can fix that by setting a height. Like if I set a height of 100, it says, well, okay, I'll shrink that down a little bit. And that's another technique. Right now I've got margins and I don't have a gap. So if I add a gap, I say, hey, put some space between those guys. There we go. So we've got other spaces that we need to deal with. Right now I got this height of 100, which is doing a bunch of work for me, but we don't really want to put that height on there. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the top margin, and that seems to be doing pretty good. But our margin on the side is too little, and I think the size of our elements is too big. I don't think they're 60, and maybe they're 55. So let's increase the margins on the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 67, 68, 67, 68, 68. Okay. So the elements should be slightly smaller. So let's make them smaller. 58, 57, 56. There, 56 by 56 pixels. Great. Let's increase the gap between them. 3, 4, 5. And let's put the rotate back. And are they 11, 12, 13, 14? All right. So that's pretty good. What I'm seeing is that height is not helping me anymore. I think that you need to change the gap, the vertical gap. There we go. So probably need a little gap there. How about 2 pixels? How about 5? How about 10? How about 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? Is that a match? I don't know. Let's submit and see. So the other way to add that rotate is to add an attribute to each other one. And so what that would be, what? Add B and B and B, and then change this to be B. And I'll submit exactly that and see if that's shorter, because I haven't made any other changes. It's probably shorter, but the nth child even is pretty nice. Well, the back end is going to be slow to me, and that's a bummer. So yeah, that's slightly better. But the in terms of if you had 100 to do with these to put on the page and you wanted each one to be rotated, that ends child is a great syntax. So it's because we've only got 6 of them that is less efficient for code golf. But at some size, there would be a better way to do it. So let's unit replace. What will we? So 16 pixels becomes 4 VW, and that's the change that occurred there. Again, those GitHub plugins are always on GitHub and always linked from each one of these videos. And then minify, and the minification is not destructive. And I think I can use the ampersand selector. No, I can't. Not the way I did it. So let's submit. And that's it. That's a fun one. Super fun one and a great demonstration of the power of Flex and what Flex ends up doing. And all the pieces, the minimal pieces and parts that you need to create an interesting layout with Gap. So that Flex is very, very powerful. But you need Flex, you need the Flex wrap, and you need to choose a Gap. And that's what you end up needing. That's great. I enjoyed that a lot. Hope you're doing well. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Uh, this time next week, no, that's not quite right. Next week, I'll be attending San Diego Comic Con. Probably I won't be doing videos until late at night. My time, you'll still end up getting videos from me. Um, but hey, are you going to be at Comic Con? Let me know. Send me a message. Are you a CSS nerd? Do you love CSS like me? I would love to meet you if you're going to San Diego Comic Con as well. I don't know if there's anybody who's interested in CSS in the way I am and also going to Comic Con. If you are, I'd love to hear from you. All right. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.